Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message reveal Wednesday, May 3rd. How you living? How you doing? We've got a lot going on this week. I feel like I say this every week, but this week especially, we're coming to the end of a portal between two eclipses, where we had the new moon eclipse in Aries a couple weeks ago, which was a solar eclipse of the sun. And now on Friday, I believe, the 5th, is the 5-5 portal, meaning May 5th, 5-5. So we have extra amplified energy in a week that's already kind of cuckoo. On that day, we also have a lunar eclipse with a full moon in Scorpio. Pluto has gone retrograde in Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of transformation. We have Mercury in retrograde in Taurus, which is the planet of communication itself. Communication wants to be communicated, and things with Taurus energy are a bit more slower, a bit more in the details, are a bit more of the 3D realm and the material. And when we want in concepts that we're experiencing a lot of, which are very heady, it's difficult to kind of ground that down into the energy. It's also difficult when you're not able to communicate what you want to say. So if you're feeling this push-pull, this tug, if you're feeling a bit all over the place, having a hard time kind of paying attention, you might be having some sleep disturbances. I know I'm having that super huge. Lots going on in the head, migraines and things happening this week as well. Some sensitivity in the eyes, and just a general kind of fatigue, malaise, and maybe some achiness. Obviously, not a medical professional. You're going to want to take that to a pro. But if you're feeling just a little funk, likely you're being influenced by the energy of late. So that's why this week I chose to do a little double card. So I'm pulling a self-care card for everyone. And then we have a clarifying card that's kind of the, like, what's the vibe? What's the goal? What's the thing that we could work on, or a phrase, a nudge of something that we can kind of give ourselves some attention to. So that's how we're going to do it this week. So interested to see what comes up here, and it's a fun little exercise. I thought I'd just throw it out there, see what happens. Okay. As always, just want to say this a little earlier. Please feel free to reach out if you'd like to work with me. I would love to work with you. I have lots of different options. You can check my link and click on work with me and fill out the contact form, or you could shoot me a DM or send me an email. I would love to hear from you and work with you. And I know that there's a lot of people, clients, who are going through some different things, and together we come through it all. So would love the opportunity. All right, so I'm going to jump into one. So group one, if you chose one, first I'm going to show you your self-care card. Your self-care card is positive affirmations. Okay. So this is going to lean on a daily practice where you can start to verbalize some things. Utilize this slowdown with communication to start and connect a bit more with yourself. You can see it says, I love myself, worthy, grateful, beautiful, brave. Her third eye is really drawing me. It's wide open while she is in a pose where she is calm and collected. And her hair is just the backdrop of the stars and the cosmos. Take some time, to get in communication with yourself. Pay attention to the way that you're speaking about yourself. What is it that you are finding on loop in your mind? Are they things that are kind? Are they things that you would say to your little self? Your inner self? If you could think of yourself as little you, whatever age comes up in your mind, kind of picture yourself there. Would you be speaking to him, her, they, them in that way? Why are you doing it to you? So be careful with the tone you're using. We can turn this around with ways that you can even take a word or a phrase and focus on that and utilize it through this energy to kind of bring you through and give you a sense of comfort. So I like to lean on phrases like my pace is perfect. That allows me to slow my freaking roll because my Aries likes to just ram things ahead. Or I feel a sense of urgency and I want to do, right? So I try and get myself into a space where I can talk about things to myself in a pace that is slower. Take a breath, take a moment, right? When's the last time you gave yourself a pep talk? Stand in the mirror before you go to work, or when you're brushing your teeth. Connect with yourself, connect with the energy of you, and give yourself a little bit of grace there. You did really great today, or I know I haven't been feeling great, but man, I'm always starting to feel a bit better than I was before. putting out there what it is that you're wanting to see will bring that vibration to you, will allow you to raise to a level of that being a possibility instead of staying in the muck. Okay? So your card though is walk the line, walk your line. This has to do with boundaries, but this is also boundaries with the self is what it's really feeling like to me. Really drawn to the green, so that's expansion here in the heart chakra. Where can you show yourself compassion? Where can you allow yourself to set a boundary around the things that you are going to be tolerating from you? I think one of the most difficult things is when you are in a funk or in a mood and you're frustrated with yourself, like you're annoying to yourself. It's the worst. And one way to flip that around is to utilize the positive affirmations. And also maybe say to yourself, you know what, I'm putting a boundary down. I'm no longer going to complain about this. Or as soon as I wake up in the morning, maybe you grab for your phone and you just kind of get all up in the 3D of stuff. You get all up in the emails and you want to see what's happening. You want to check this, check that. Set a boundary to where you allow yourself to sit there for 3 minutes and be grateful for the fact that you woke up. Talk to yourself, give yourself a good start to the day before you get into the worldly nature of all of the minutia that is being a human at this place and time. Okay, so there's some advice for you there. Okay, hope that resonates. All right, moving on to 2. Okay, so 2, your card, your self-care card is movement. Love this card. And again, we have the space, cosmos. You are a piece of everything here. You are part and parcel of everything that has ever existed and ever will. You never stop being. You never stop being. Drawn especially to the pose. So movement in this case, or even yoga, might be something that is going to assist you throughout the week. You can even just get into a stretching state in bed. You don't need to make this too elaborate if you're not feeling up to it. But just know that when you move, you reverberate and you send out more of a signal of kinetic energy that's going to allow you to make an influence, to put into motion something else. And that's something that you're trying to get going. I feel that there's like a lot of stagnant energy. You might be feeling kind of bored, too, feeling just like you're kind of restless. So allow yourself to offset some of that energy by doing some movement. She has incredibly long arms here. Really drawn to the kind of serene look on her face. And this is the vibe you want to get to. If you're feeling like you don't even have, I'm feeling too that there's space that you are craving, that maybe you're feeling kind of constrained, maybe locked in, maybe that's an energetic way, or maybe that's literally you're feeling like you can't stretch out. Give yourself an opportunity to do that and through some movement here, because that's going to allow some of the heaviness that's happening. And I'm feeling a lot actually with you guys in the jaw. It's moving into the neck, so there's just a lot of tension and clenching. You really need to offload some of the stress, or it's going to present in a way that's not going to be as easy to get rid of if you would get up and move around a little bit and give yourself some attention. And that's what all of the cards are this week, is how can you give yourself a little bit more attention? Now that movement itself, if we're looking for a focused word, your card is potential. Look at, again, the green. It's expansion here in the heart space. This is growth. You have a lot that you are moving towards. You're just not seeing it yet, but you do have the potential to do and be and accomplish all of the things that you want. You're just in a space where you're kind of not seeing the forest for the trees, okay? So you're right all up on this. Boom, you got this trunk in your face and you can't see that you have a full open sky. You have more space to move. This also for me feels like something around career. So if you're feeling stagnant, just know that there's more than one tree here. You can move around and look at the entire forest. You can zoom out a little bit and not be so stuck in the day-to-day that's really much up in your face. You have potential for so much growth. And that's going to pay you back. It's going to pay you back energetically too, because that fatigue that you've been feeling, this is how you're going to offset it. Maybe start doing some brainstorming. When you're doing that movement and you're moving around a little bit, maybe at the end of your time where you've taken a walk, or you've, stretched your legs, or maybe you've done, some stretching, you allow yourself 5 minutes to do like a brain dump and kind of get some of this funk out of your head. What are the things that come up? Are you starting to come up with some new ideas? Are there some things you're interested in that you'd like to pay attention to? I feel that that will come up, and that's where the potential is going to happen here. It's going to be something that feeds your heart. It's going to be something that makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel fulfilled. Okay? All right. So moving on to 3. 3, your self-care card, hey now, is pleasure. What does that little heart say? Oh, it's got an infinity symbol. I'm going to take that as an 8. So this is where the abundance can come in here for you, 3. Now, pleasure of you to you, can come in lots of different ways. No pun intended. But in this sense, it's connecting with the body. And if you notice, all of these have a requirement or a suggestion to connect back with you. When have you honored your body in a way that shows it love? And there's lots of ways to show love. Perhaps you're going to cook yourself an indulgent meal. Maybe you're going to buy some like really yummy smelling essential oils or some lotion and give yourself a nice self-massage. Hey now. Maybe you involve someone else in this endeavor and you take pleasure in one another in a very nice and happy way. The other time that you could experience pleasure too is by allowing yourself to fully view yourself for what you are. So maybe some mirror work where you sit with yourself and start to look and see and honor yourself and say, man, I love my chin, or you've got the cutest ears, or man, I've got hot shoulders, and look at that ass, whatever makes you feel good. Lean into you, because you have the ability to expand here, especially through the sacral chakra, which is in the womb space, to bring some creativity forth by connecting back to you in a pleasure sense. Do what feels good. And this, of course, is going to make you feel a little vulnerable. Vulnerability is not a bad thing. Vulnerability is a superpower. When we're kids, it's like, don't cry. Don't be weak. Stop being so emotional. Or don't go tell somebody that you like them. Don't do that. Have 5 other people set up some sort of chain of command and play telephone to figure out if you like somebody. None of that. Your vulnerability is your strength here. So you're connecting to your body might make you feel a sense of vulnerability. It also might make you feel like, you haven't really been paying attention to yourself, and you might find some emotions coming up around that. Sit with it. Where is it that you can see how this is actually your own medicine? Now, I'm really drawn to the water itself. So this is some subconscious stuff. This is deep in the psyche. This is part of, a connection to who you are at soul level. And know that your vulnerability is the thing that allows you to truly express yourself as you. Letting down some of the armor, letting down the walls, connecting back to you and loving your body for what it can do for you, for what it has done for you. Think about yourself at a cellular level. Think about your sensuality and your juiciness. Get all up in that. Praise the beauty of the body that is you. Even if it makes you feel a little bit vulnerable, know that you're connecting back to a part of yourself that is asking to be honored, that's asking to be seen, that wants to be acknowledged. And you'll find, as we see all of the colors of the chakra system and the rainbow, that what this does is it allows you to kind of clear a lot of the stuck energy that's in there, or slough off that sort of debris and that funky feeling that's going to be coming around. And it's fun. So enjoy yourself. Allow yourself to experience all of the ways in which you are human, because we're only in this body, in this life for so long. Now, granted, that doesn't mean we won't get a new one and have different experiences, but this is the only time that you get to be you. This is the only time that you get to have these hands. You get to have this mouth. You get to have these eyes, and you get to see these things in a unique way. So praise that. Honor it. Cherish it. Treat yourself. Do something fun. Have some fun with you. Okay? So wishing you success in making it through the week without too many naps. But if you need them, take them. Know that other people are also experiencing a lot of flux, especially fixed signs, So pay attention to where you can be a little bit kinder, and I promise it'll come back around. So again, reach out if you'd like to work with me. Would love to work with you. Would love to hear your feedback, and I will check y'all next week. All right, peace.